My name is Michael Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to look at the chart for our upcoming tennis player, Carlos Alcaraz. If you look to the eastern horizon, when he was born, you would see the constellation associated with Capricorn rising at 15 degrees. First, we're going to see how the planets are operating in his chart. Then we'll look and see when they're operating during certain events, and then we'll also look at what could be done to strengthen the chart. So first, Sun is ruling the eighth house. Any planets ruling the sixth, eighth, or the 12th, Dustana challenging houses, can bring some challenges. So Sun is placed in the house of happiness and home life, and it is just barely within a 5-degree orb of the rising sign. And so it is afflicting, just slightly afflicting home life and career opposite. And also it's within 3 degrees of Mercury. So it's afflicting Mercury. So Sun gives these leadership abilities, but it is the prime indicator for health in the chart. So if there's no multicona sign in the first or the sixth house, then Sun becomes the default prime health indicator. So this can affect health, heart, knees, because it's opposite the 10th house, which has to do with knees. Fourth house has to do with the heart and possibly some digestion, but it makes him a leadership in his field of tennis. Then we have weak afflicted by Jupiter, Moon. Moon is ruling the partnership house. It is placed in the fifth house of sports, and it is weak in old age. Any planet that's more than 25 degrees is said to be in old age and cannot protect or promote its own significations. So this puts some stress in partnerships and relationships, and these can be in sports because sitting in the house of sports. And they can be emotional because Moon is emotion. Then we have weak afflicted by Jupiter, Mars. Mars is Jupiter is the other malefic. It's ruling the 12th house, and it is within 2 degrees of Mars, which is seventh aspect. And so this makes Mars sitting there in the first house, very strong sports abilities, but there can be some impulsive anger management reactions, which he did have in some of the tournaments that he was in. But this connects happiness with sports, basically. Then we have weak afflicted by Sun, Mercury. Mercury is ruling the house of good fortune, placed in the house of happiness and home life. This gives some inability to express his emotions. Like I can think of there's a match where he broke his racket. He had a mental breakdown, basically. Then we have challenging Jupiter. Jupiter again, ruling the 12th house. It's aspecting the partnership house, the income house, and the third house of success in sports. So it makes some challenge there. But it 12th house for people who are successful gives them ability to take on different roles. He was a tennis player, a soccer player. He also started some foundations for children, which is a great remedy, actually. Then gives career, ruling the house of career and sitting in the third house of sports, connect sports and entertainment with his career. Then weak placement of infant Saturn. Saturn is only at 2 degrees. Any planet that less than 5 degrees is said to be in infant state, having trouble protecting its own significations. So Saturn rules the house of income, wealth, and stability in relationships. I don't think he's in a permanent relationship, but I don't know that. Um, so create some a little bit of stress, some conflict in relationships, and some stress around fame and wealth. Then Rahu and Ketu, always opposite, balancing each other. Rahu giving ambition to his sports career, sitting in the fifth house, and Ketu giving a spiritual accent to his um, income. So he's donating some income to children. Okay, timing events. First big contract was signed in 2014 during a Saturn period, bringing extra income, ruling a house of income. In 2022, he was the youngest player to be in the US Open during a moon period. Moon ruling the House of Partnerships in that tournament. 23, Wimbledon, he beat Dvorak, who's really one of the most successful tennis players, also during a moon period. Then in 2024, during the French Open, he broke his racket. He had lower back issues and a mental breakdown during a Mars period. So Mars, remember, is weak, which can affect mind and the way he reacts to certain things. In 2024, he started a foundation for children and had some ankle issues during a moon period. And then Sun was afflicting uh, one of the houses, causing the accident. Then in April of 25, he injured his hamstring and he had to withdraw from the tournament. And the transit chart on the left, the outer circle is where the planets were when that happened, and the inner circle is where the planets were when he was born. So you can see that in the third house of success in career, Rahu is afflicting Venus, which is his career, and Saturn, which is his wealth and fame, um, exactly on that day, April 20th. What could be done to strengthen the chart? Well, he's already doing remedies, helping other people with the um, Children's Foundation. That helps with Rahu, K2, Jupiter, and Sun. And the rest of the planets could be strengthened with my favorite remedy, Kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras and mantras for his benefic planets. If you'd like to get a Kavash or get a reading or learn Vedic astrology, you can go to vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, so